Welcome back to the Man United fan stand. We are now officially live to discuss, is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the right man for Manchester United to officially take us forwards, or are we just stuck in another bloody position which we just simply can't get out of? And, it's frustrating. It really is bloody frustrating. The sound works. Yes, check that. But yeah, look, I mean, it's seriously... it's not good enough, the situation that we are in, and after last night's performance, which we are absolutely gutted about, and obviously a load of people were a bit confused about the how the Champions League table works. But what I did read earlier is that we are now. The reason why we are out is because of like head-to-head records, and PSG scored more goals than when they beat us, more goals than we did when we beat them. So yeah, but that's how it works. But I think we all knew that. But look, no matter what, though, PSG were always going to beat Istanbul, though. They were always going to be Istanbul. And yeah, look, we weren't knocked out of the bloody Champions League last night, and we have to bloody sit there and watch bloody Europa League bloody football on Thursday night, the tournament that every single Arsenal fan loves playing in. But I really can't be asked to sit in that B-Tech tournament of the Champions League. But yeah, we are going to be in it on Thursday nights, which I seriously can't put up with. But look, let's get on to it. Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the right man for Manchester United, in my opinion? Look, I really generally don't think that that he is going to lead us to trophies. Look, if I'm completely honest with you, I really do not think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to lead us to trophies. I mean, look, you can really just tell. I mean, overall, he just hasn't got the experience, and I think to lead us forward, we need a title winner, and we need the manager with experience, and we've appointed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who doesn't do that. I mean, look, what we should have done in the first place is actually got a manager which does have the right bloody experience. To be honest with you, I mean, look, I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but I really just don't think he's the man, and he hasn't got the right experience. And he isn't good enough for Manchester United manager, and I think we've known it for quite a while now. Just looking at those bloody tactics and everything, it just clearly isn't good enough, and there must be improvements at this club, because just look at the bloody situation that we're in now. It really isn't good enough. It really is not good enough. Unfortunately, I can't have the live chat on because YouTube isn't letting me at this moment in time, but I'll try and manage to sort that out for everyone very, very soon. But thank you for everyone tuning so far, and apologies that I can't get the live chat working. But look, it's just so poor with what's happening in Manchester United, and this kind of bloody situation that we're in at this moment in time is the most poorest bloody thing ever. I mean, I cannot live with bloody Europa League football. I mean, it's just... Look, it's simple. It's not good enough, the kind of bloody position that we're in right now under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But, look, another thing is, though, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been put in this big mess that we're in at this moment in time by the board, by the owners. He's also been put in it. I mean, look, I've been saying, in the whole bloody, transfer window reaction, I've been saying it for months. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was also put in this kind of position, to be honest with you, by the Glazers. We needed signings to go on and advance in the Champions League, advance and do better in the Premier League, and we didn't, and we have not been, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has not been given that. And that's the reason why he's failed at the club. Because, look, overall his tactics aren't good enough. But literally every manager has failed at the club. And it's starting to get really obvious now. And we've known it for such a long time. They're failing because of the board. And it's just simple. It really does wind me up. It really, really does. get on my nerves and really does wind me up. The manager needs to be backed. If you want, I mean, look, if we want this club to succeed, then we need the signings that we need. I mean, look, we really do. I mean, Ollie's been put in such a bad situation. But you know, look, he's also putting himself in a big situation as well. Because to be honest with you, I just don't think he's got the right managerial experience, and he isn't good enough to be a Manchester United manager. It's just, I don't like saying it because I really do like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but I do not think he's good enough, and he cannot lead us to where we want to be. And you know, that's just the unfortunate thing. Is Potts the man for the job? I don't know. Will he get us to where we want to be? Because you know, we just want a born title. And I mean, look, Jose Mourinho was one of them, but you know, he didn't actually really want to be here. And also, look, we just need someone who wants to be here and doesn't just stay in a hotel for 3 years and stuff like that. But you know, look, overall, it's just overall it's just not good enough, just the way we play. And also I think the players put themselves in a really bad situation as well. To be honest with you, the players, there is such big problems in that. I mean, Harry Maguire, I mean, seriously, how is that bloody man a captain? I mean, it's just, I mean, for other clubs, it's just bloody laughable how this man's been put as Manchester United captain. I do not know. I mean, I said it in my match reaction that I did last night. I said Harry Maguire should never have been captain, and he's probably the worst captain that we have had in bloody decades. And he's probably the worst defender, one of the worst defenders that we have had in bloody decades. So, you know, it's simple, isn't it? It's bloody simple. Take the captain's arm. Look, yeah, just take the captain's armband off this man and sell the guy. He cost £80 million and he's not even worth a bloody penny. I mean, seriously, we do not need this man. And we waste our money on the biggest flops that there are out there. It's just absolutely unbelievable. I mean, look, Harry Maguire was never actually £80 million in the first place. I think we all knew that. But, you know, look, there's no hiding from it, though. We all wanted Harry Maguire, but he was never worth the money that we brought him for, which was 80 million. He's nowhere near the most expensive defender in the world. But he is, though. But he really should not be. You know, yeah, Martial couldn't play yesterday. But, you know, Martial's been really inconsistent just overall at this moment in time. Rashford's playing well. Obviously, you know, Bruno's just there, who's the star of the show. Greenwood's doing all right. I mean, if you just play him a bit more, but you know, I mean, Mason Greenwood seemed absolutely bloody gutted after last night, to be honest. But look, overall, I mean, look, the whole subject. I mean, the whole subject's on like Paul Pogba and stuff. I mean, like the night before a bloody big game, Mino Raiola comes out, speaks out, saying Pogba's unhappy and he can't express himself very well at Manchester United, and this man needs a change. And then obviously, like in the pundits room, I mean, Paul Scholes didn't seem happy. Like after the game, I mean, look, literally everyone's saying Paul Pogba should sack Mino Raiola from being his agent, because you know he's seriously just speaking out loud nights before the game, and it's literally just a big betrayal, to be honest. But yeah, and then after the match, you know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer hit back at Mino Raiola, obviously. And then after the match, in his press conference, he said, "Just let Paul speak for himself," as he was asked on the future of Paul Pogba and stuff like that. But you know, overall, I don't think he's the man. I mean, tactically, he isn't good enough. Decisions that were made yesterday, and it's not just yesterday, though. I can go through literally, I mean, look, I've said it in literally mostly every match reaction that I've done for quite a long time now. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been clueless. His decision-making was not good enough. Literally every person out there who's a Manchester United fan says Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's decision-making is nowhere near good enough. I don't understand why we played a left-back as a centre mid, as a left midfielder. I do not understand that. I don't understand why Alex Tellers played left midfield. I don't understand why we were even playing bloody 5 defenders in that match. That's unacceptable because, as everyone knows, we played it under Mourinho a few times. It did not work. And we played it under Ole a number of times, and it hasn't gone right. So I don't understand why we've actually gone on and bloody played it, to be honest, when we never win games. Because, literally as soon as you see we're playing 5 at the back, we're literally like, oh my God, here we go again. It's another bottle job performance. We're going to absolutely bloody bottle it. Guess what we did? We bloody bottled it, and we're in the bloody Europa League. I mean, I seriously just bloody hate it. But, that we're not going to go on a load about it. But seriously, I generally hate it. I generally do hate it. I mean, I don't want to go on about being in the Europa League too much because, it just really gets to me just talking about being in the bloody Europa League. It winds me up so much. To be honest. But, look, I mean, overall, I just can't see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer leading us to the trophies. I mean, what can he actually win us? I mean, we've got quite far in the Carabao Cup. We'll probably bottle it in the semi-finals. FA Cup, I really generally can't see happening. And the Premier League, we're going to just be way too inconsistent. Will we win the Europa League? Probably not. And if you can't win the Europa League and you just keep bottling it, I mean, there's serious problems with this club overall. I mean, it starts from the top all the way down to the bloody bottom. Because, it starts from the top. The ball ain't good enough. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not good enough. And it all goes down to the players. And, just the signings that we make are not good enough. I mean, the transfer window that we had is a disgrace. But, look, it's over now. It's way over. The January transfer window is going to be a big talking point. But to be honest with you, I don't think we'll actually sign anyone in January. I don't think Pogba is going to leave in January. I think he's going to leave in the summer because it just makes more sense for him. But yeah, I'm just gutted. I'm absolutely gutted. I mean, just witnessing just what we witnessed last night with how poor we played and how sloppy our defense is, and just our attack as well isn't clinical. We need to be bloody clinical, and our attack wasn't clinical enough. I just don't get how we're just a second half bloody team. I mean, look, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Harry Maguire, after that game, were saying, look, we showed great team spirit to the end, trying to come back and make a comeback. Why don't you just show team spirit from the bloody start of the match instead of going in to the second half, right? Yeah, let's make the fans happy, let's make everyone proud, let's make a bloody comeback, let's get everyone talking like we always do with just making the comebacks. And we just want to see us dominate a game. That's what we want to do. Just please, it's not good for us. We just want to see us win it comfortably. That is literally all we're asking for. I mean, yeah, we're winning games. I mean, that's the biggest thing. But can we just win comfortably and just, act like a good side? Because we get mocked. I mean, it's easy for other teams to banter us, though, isn't it? It's very, very bloody easy for other teams to go on and banter us. Except if you're Arsenal fans, but, I think we all bloody know that. And every single one of us Manchester United fans are saying that it's really difficult for an Arsenal fan to banter us. But, yeah. But look, I think there's worse managers than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer out there, but you can't I mean, look, obviously there is. I mean, at the moment, it seems like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is doing a bit better than old Arteta. I mean, to be honest with you, I think Frank Lampard's a better manager than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I'll put that out there now. I don't think Arteta's better. I think Ole's a bit better than Arteta. But overall, I just think we got a better quality squad than Arsenal and stuff. But, look, last season, people were saying that if we get the right signings, then we could easily go on and compete with bloody Chelsea. Look at how far Chelsea have got compared to us. I mean, it just winds me up comparing ourselves to our team, so I'm not going to do that much. But, look, just the most poor thing is that we literally just bottle it and we're in the Europa League and just the big talking point is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the man, which he is not. I mean, tactically, first of all, he has not got the right players, and I also don't think that. I don't think much of the players think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a very good manager to play under. I think his style is very difficult to play under, and I just, it's negative, isn't it? We play quite negative football, obviously, and we've known it, and it's not good enough. It really isn't, to be honest. And, look, we're never going to win trophies. We're never going to win trophies by with how we play. Let me just put that out there right now. We're never, ever going to win trophies with how we go on and play. It happens every single game. I mean, you can tell it. I mean, literally, I mean, look, I say it. I mean, look, even when we win, look, you can just tell. Look, just the way we play isn't good enough. And look, we're going to drop off at some point, obviously, aren't we? And it's what we did last night. And it's also what we did against PSG. I mean, obviously, look, we went into that game last night, which is just a matter of talking point, isn't it, in all of it? But with 9 away games, with 9 away game wins in a row, and RB Leipzig were literally unbeaten at home for this whole season, literally never lose at home, and we went there yesterday and did absolutely bloody nothing. I mean, in a way, it's like, did the players actually watch the other teams? Are they actually aware of it? Because they just played like their normal, typical bloody selves, didn't they? They just, I mean, half of them couldn't care less. Half of them really cannot care. I mean, it's just painful. It really is painful. I mean, but look, a thing that winds us up a lot it is about those Pogba comments. I mean, Scott McTominay is playing absolutely dreadful at this moment in time, and there's so much players that need to go. But look, we're going on about there being a rebuild and everything. Look, we obviously really do need the rebuild, but that rebuild is literally never going to be complete. I really cannot see it. I mean, everyone's going on about Ole having the rebuild. Ole's probably going to be out of the job by May, isn't he? To be honest with you, I can't see him lasting the rest of the season if we keep doing what we're doing. But, we're just too inconsistent to tell, really, aren't we? But, yeah, it's just so poor. It's so poor, just tactic-wise. I mean, look, they're the big things, and just decision-making. I mean, seriously, look, let me quickly just go through a few things quickly. I just need to try and find something which basically shows yesterday. Right, so I can tell you some just rubbish decision making. So we put Fosu Mensah on for Wan-Bissaka, which just isn't good enough, and we put Twansibi on for Lindelof. Why are we working on our attacks first of all? That's also what I don't get. We should never have started Luke Shaw. I don't actually think he was fully fit in that game, and Alex Telles on in left mids, which I understand as well. And it's not just that game. It's not just that game, and every single Manchester United fan knows that it's not just that game. There was so much poor decision making in so much games. So much games. There's poor decision making. There was poor decision making in the PSG game. I mean, look, most of our losses come from poor decision making and terrible defending and not being clinical. I mean, it's just simple, isn't it? Yeah, unfortunately, Cavani couldn't play yesterday. There was a poor decision making against Arsenal when we lost to them. I think when we drew to Chelsea, the decision making wasn't amazing. I mean, the decision making against Spurs was just clueless. We all know that. Against Crystal Palace first game of the season, we all know that the decision making was clueless. And, I don't want to go through anymore because, I think I've got my point across now. The decision making is just not there and it's not good enough. Simple. There you go. But yeah, and that comes down to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the coaching staff. I think I don't know what happens. I really don't know what happens. I mean, we can't just be blaming Ole. I mean, the coaching staff. I mean, which is like Michael Carrick, Mike Phelan, and so on, and stuff as well. So yeah, but look, obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's the manager and has to take that main charge in it, obviously, but. Overall, I just don't think, is he really the tough enough guy to manage Manchester United, though? That's another thing. But, well, we don't really need to be going into like how tough you need to be. But, obviously, I think we need like a real proper leader as a manager. I mean, like Alex Ferguson. I think like a kind of Jose Mourinho could be good enough as well. I mean, yeah, like an Alex Ferguson, really, that's a kind of another person. I mean, look, we're never going to get someone like Alex Ferguson again, Sir Alex Ferguson again, though, are we? But, like, if I can explain, like, someone like Jose Mourinho, I mean, look, there is quite a few of them out there, which we could have. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is just an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's a calm guy. He's up about his team, which is good, but I just think back there the players need to be more disciplined. They need to back up their ideas, and I just overall don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the man to really be doing that. And also, the players just need to be better, and tactic-wise, it's not good enough. And the players just simply go out there clueless with no plan whatsoever. That's also literally why it's all not good enough at this moment in time. So. Yeah, but overall, this club's screwed. Oh, it's completely been screwed over by the board. It literally has. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to be gone very, very soon. I think we all bloody know that. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be a serious struggle at managers coming in and managing this team, because just with the players we've got, the board are the biggest problem that we've got. And, I think what some people also need to know is it's not just the manager. Think about the bloody board as well, to be honest with you. Obviously, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the problem because he's not a good enough manager. I think the players are big problems. And to be honest with you, there's only, there's like 3-4 of them that I would keep. Like, there's up to 5 players that I would keep. So, look, players that I would keep, Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood, Bruno Fernandes, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I know he didn't have a great game yesterday, but, obviously there's improvements in there. And Van der Beek, we just need to start him a bit more, though. But overall, he's a good player. We can simply sell the rest, to be honest. I'm completely honest with you there. So, yeah, it's simple. I've named the 5 players I think that we should keep, and I'm not actually sure if I can name anyone else. I'm not going to say Alex Telles just yet. To be honest, we'll just have to see what goes on. But yeah, just look at it. There's no one else that I would really want to keep. I mean, Martial could be in there. But, look, we'll say Anthony Martial as well. So there's 6 players I would keep. So there's Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Van der Beek, Anthony Martial. 6 players I would keep. Everyone else can go. Everyone else can look, yeah, it's simple. Everyone else can go. We don't need anyone else. But yeah, simple. But look, keeping Van der Beek, we just really need him to start. And that's poor decision making. That's another example of the poor decision making, is that he doesn't start week in, week out. I know he's been starting, but also look, I think Ollie thinks they can really only play in the number 10, like where Bruno plays and stuff, central attacking midfielder. I think that's, but just play him in the bloody centre midfield. That's where you need to play Donny van der Beek, to be honest. And yeah, because we need Bruno Fernandes playing in at Cam, and just play Donny van der Beek in the centre midfield. He can play there. When he does play there, he isn't that bad. So I think Donny van der Beek needs to start quite a lot. He really does. I mean, obviously you can't just base a load of players on how they played yesterday, because literally every player was rubbish yesterday as well. But we just need to base them on how they are most of the time. That is what we need to do. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to go on and see what happens. But who is that? But who is there out there we would go on and get at this moment in time to go on and replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as Manchester United manager? To be honest, I mean, yeah, there's Pochettino out there. Who else is there who people can name me? To be honest, I don't know if anyone else can name me anyone else except Pochettino is out there right now. But, I don't know if the fact is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to be here for the rest of the season. But to be honest with you, I think if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does get sacked anytime soon, then I think it's fairly obvious the guy who we're going to bring into the club, and that's Pochettino. So yeah, that's simply what I think, and again, that's what I think on the whole Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at this moment in time, to be honest. And there are my opinions on what I think's gonna be going on and what I think's gonna happen. But yeah, it's all gonna be interesting. But hopefully we can move on and we can do better as a club. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching this video, the Man United Fan Stand. Thank you everyone that's tuned in tonight, and I'll speak to you all soon.